Hey guys, last night I was supposed to be in a meeting, the Children's Services and Culture Scrutiny Committee. I'm the Vice Chair of the committee, and I had it written down as the meeting being tonight. I've written it in the wrong box in my diary. It's the first time I've ever missed an important meeting like that, and I'm really, really angry with myself. I don't like missing things, especially not for administrative errors like writing the date in the wrong box. It's annoyed me, but I have made a formal apology. Of course I have, because you do. I made it at the moment that I got called up by the chairman saying, "Are you all right? Where are you?" after the meeting. It's frustrated me so much, especially since at the point that was happening, we finished doing the shed, and I could have gone. I could have gone there. It wouldn't have been a problem. I don't like missing things, especially not for silly little errors like that. So that's annoyed me and started me off a little bit on the wrong foot today. But I'm going to try and make the most of it. I'm going to get a lot of stuff done today. We've got to go down to town. I've got to go and do some paperwork down there for casework and things like that. And then we'll see how the rest of the day goes. Hopefully I'll get some comics done, maybe even a bit of writing. I think NaNoWriMo is probably unwinnable at this point because I've only written about 6,000 words for the entire month due to all of the other problems and things that have come up. The world conspires against me, but the important point about Nano is that I tried. I will still get the novels written, it just won't be in November. Anyway, enough rambling, let's get on with some work. Hey guys, just a quick insert. I'm actually editing today's video now, and I've just realised that I haven't explained a couple of things. The first thing being, we got a question from John this morning actually, asking about yesterday's vlog and whether the leak in the shed that we had has caused any damage to the model railway layout that Jen built. And I put this question to Jen so that she could answer it, so let's have a look at what she said.
Oh, I'm covered in rubbish, but feeling quite fulfilled. I've got the shed roof completely replaced, all new roofing felt. I've just been out this morning because we ran out of light last night and finished off tucking it under at the back, nailing it in. I had to take 2 panels of fence out to do that, but it's all done, and it should be holding up well. There's no damage to the model railway. That's the most important, and that's the thing about things like sheds and outbuildings with a flat roof, or a flat type roof with roofing felt, is the moment that you get a wet patch and dripping inside, the roof is totally screwed because it rots from the outside in. And that's what we discovered in one corner, but I think we got to it in time, and I was able to cut out a foot square piece of the wood, and it was like soil, it was all mushy and horrible. Got rid of that, cut a new piece from some offcuts I had, fitted into the gap, and because it hasn't affected where the main roofing spars are, it should be okay. It's guaranteed, allegedly, for 15 years, this new roofing felt. I'll believe that in 2031. But until then, the other thing I've done today as well is, because it's nice and bright and sunny, I've let all the dew disappear off the roof, and I've been over all the clout nails with like a bitumen paint just to seal them. And also one of the things we'd done this time, which was a big mistake that we made last time, but we'd never done it before. It was our first house, first week of being here, and the shed needed a new roof pretty pronto stat. We used far too many clout nails, and the problem with that is all the clout nails, they're the weak spots, and that's where it's obviously started leaking around the nails. So I've used the bare minimum of nails to try and make sure that we get a good seal for hopefully 15 years. But that's where I look really scruffy and horrible. But I'm going to go in the bath now and get cleaned up. But the train's okay.
Okay, now this next bit is a bit of an issue. I don't have a muffler on the microphone for the camera. I'm planning to get one. I've just never actually got round to it with other things that have come up. So whenever there's wind, we have a problem. I've started most of the time putting my hand over the back of the microphone so that wind can't blow across it, and that seems to work, but sometimes you can't do that. And as a result, sometimes you get wind issues. So if you can't understand anything that's been said in this next clip, then you're not the only one. Right, wait a minute. Hey guys, it's been another long, cold day. How are you doing, Jen?
Freezing. The wind's going to change, so it's going to be cold.
Yeah, better come down to town because I thought I wanted to do it so long. But now I'll head home, and my goodness, it is getting exceptionally cold. We made to get some sort of snowman by the time we get back.
So my face is frozen. I'm going to have to talk like this for a while.
She was going to do that anyway. Hey guys, since we were down in town, we had to pick up some games from CEX. Of course we did, because every time you go down you have to check, make sure that you pick up the cheap ones while they're there, because they don't last very long on the shelves. So that's what we did today, and I've got some interesting gems for you today actually. Now the first one I want to talk about is a hidden gem. It's like the definition of a hidden gem. When I picked it up myself, I wasn't expecting much from it. Oh, sorry, got a little space heater down there. When I picked it up, I wasn't expecting much because it's a 50p game. It didn't look like much based on the cover, and when you put it into the thing, and when you put it into the console, turns out that it's a traditional style, vertically scrolling shoot 'em up, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun. So here it is, Search and Destroy. Heard of it? I hadn't. Look at the case. It doesn't look like much, but it's brilliant. It's a lot of fun. Jen even had a go on this, and I'm showing you the footage of her playing now. She thought, yeah, this is the type of thing that would be on the Amiga, and she's quite right with that. It's very, very good. A lot of good fun. So the case is in pretty good condition, and the manual's in pretty good condition. Not much to it. I mean, yeah, that's it basically, but it's a lot of good fun. Put it in the background just to give a bit of background. I was hoping that it would do a bit more like having a track screen or something, but these things happen. Anyway, let's move on. Now, another one that I picked up to fill the collection out, because I am going for the full collection, is Fight Night 2004. Not a fan of boxing games. I played 3D boxing a little bit on the Amstrad CPC. Played a fair amount of Wii Sports boxing, but that's about as far as it goes with me. Now, the case has a little bit of damage there, but aside from that, it's pretty good. And the manual has someone's initials on it, but aside from that, it's all in good condition. So I was very happy with that. Now, moving on, we've got a one that I might come back to and have a try at some other time. It's a Codemasters game. Now, I loved Codemasters when they were 8-bits. It was great. I think, to be honest with you, if I was going to say there was one publisher that I always knew I was going to have a decent game if I bought it, it was Codemasters. So they tended to be my publisher of choice when I was going for cheap Amstrad games on the budget titles. It went Codemasters, Hit Squad, and Mastertronic. They were the three that you went for if you were me. Which I was. Anyway, enough beating about in the bush. Prisoner of War. Don't know it. Don't really know much about it, but I tried it and it looked generic. But we'll give it a try. This has got an issue with it. Look at that. That is not a person writing on that. That is a company. Basically, it's one of those things where they've marked it so that they know it's pre-owned, so they won't give you a proper trade-in price. That's the kind of thing I hate. I don't like that going on, because it ruins collections for collectors. If it had been like the Fight Night one where someone's initials have been written on because it's a kid who didn't want their brother to have it because it's their game, like I think, then you can accept that because it gives a bit of history to the game. But for a company, a second-hand trader to be writing all over stuff, that's not on. I don't like it. Anyway, moving on, we've got another war game. It seems like someone's traded in a lot of war games down in town, basically. World War Zero. It's an oddity. It's, hey, what if the First World War went on into the 60s? Yeah, okay. Again, I'll probably come back to it because it has a kind of interesting premise, but good condition here. It's very nice on the case, so I was very happy with that. Reasonably good condition manual as well. I mean, it's been read, but it's still there. So, yeah, all in all, not too bad. Now, next up is another Codemasters game, and this one I don't like. I resent that if you're going for a full collection, you end up festooned with cheap, just bulked out sports games, and these are the epitome of that. It's Liverpool Club Football 2005. So there's about 30 of these things, and they're all the same game with a different club on the front. And if you're going for a complete collection, you have to have them all. So I've got a few of them now, but I don't like. I resent having to pick up all of these the same game just to be able to put together a full collection. It's very, very annoying. But anyway, Club Football 2005, so it's the second set of them. I've already got Liverpool Club Football up there for the 2003 edition. So at least that's off the thing now. I really don't like the fact that I've got to do that. And once I've run out of space for putting my collection in here, all of these generic sports titles are going to end up in a packing case somewhere so I can stack them high and keep them in the corner. That's what's going to happen for the collection, because I want to have games on display that I'm actually going to play, and it won't be these, because they're all the same game. Next up, we've got a one that's it's really just a collection of mini games, and that's all I can say about it really. Charlotte's Web. Now I've seen this around a few times, and every time I've seen it, it's been very, very damaged, because it's a kids game. It's really for young kids, and as a result, they all tend to get damaged, but this one's in pretty good condition. Aside from this sticker that I couldn't get off the back, which is from Game Exchange Co. UK. I don't know. I've never looked at them before, so anyway. Good condition case. Pretty good condition manual as well when you look at it. And good condition disc, so I've looked out on that one. Now, next up we have one, you know DreamWorks. And you know how basically their films are, let's make the same thing that Pixar are making, but let's make it with less care and attention and make all of the characters ugly. Well, that's kind of what they've done here as well. It's like, well, racing games are really popular at the moment, so let's make a crap racing game. Ants Extreme Racing. So the film was terrible, the game is terrible, yeah, but it's in the collection now, so I don't have to worry about it. Decent condition manual, decent condition case, decent condition manual. It's all here, so gets into the collection, never have to worry about it again. Next up we have one that I thought for a while I had all of this in the set, but it turned out that I was missing this one. And it's Medal of Honor European Front. Was it? European Assault, sorry. So yeah, I've got Rising Sun, the other one, I can't remember the name of, and European Assault now. So I think I've got all three of them from the PlayStation era, but I may be wrong. If there are more, then I'll have to get them at some other time. The case is a bit worn on top, but the manual's here. So yeah, it loads. It actually plays quite well. It's a fun game, so I'll be giving it a try later on. But there we go. Now all of those are fairly cheap. Every single one of them was under £1 each. So I've done really well for that. It's like £4 there. That's pretty good. So I was very happy with that. But I had to get this one when I saw it. And it's £4, so I doubled the price just for this one game. But what was that noise? I think someone's riding a moped outside, but it sounded like someone was going past on a hairdryer. I don't know whether it's picked up, but it was fun. But this one doubled the price of what I was buying today, and I think it was worth it. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi. Now, there is a different set of Dragon Ball Z that I've already got 2 and 3 of, and that's Dragon Ball Z Budokai. But this one is Budokai Tenkaichi, which is a different set. And it's the first of a trilogy, if I remember correctly, so they're a bit confusing when you're trying to find them, and you can't remember which one you've got. But here we are. Good quality case. Well, pretty good quality anyway. Manual is here, but it's got a thing on the back. It's sellotapped because it's ripped. But it is here, so I'm not going to complain. And the game is actually a lot of fun. I've already played this a bit and recorded a Game Hammer one-shot for tonight, so by the time you see this, that'll probably also be open available. And it actually turned out to be quite a fun game, so I was very happy with that. I kind of liked the Budokai ones as well, but Tenkaichi was a new one for me. I thought it might be a bit different, but they're essentially just fighting games, just different styles of them. And it was a bit of fun. Anyway, that's all I've picked up today. It's a reasonable amount and added to the collection, so I'm happy. We're now over a third of the way through this. We've got coming up on 740 individual titles, plus a load of duplicates that are up there. So the main stuff's here, and it's going really well. I'm very happy. So now I'm going to get back on with work. See you later. Right, we're about to put up a photo. When we went to this Christmas, well, I say when I went to the Christmas lights turn on, and then to the little banquet that we had afterward in honour of Jason Kenny being the joint most winner of gold medals in British history, I got a photograph with him, and we're going to put it on the wall now. Well, I say we. Jen is. So, Jen, how are we going to do this?
With our rudimentary hammer.
We're going to do it prehistoric style.
Well, no, it's just we happen to have that tool in because you're splitting logs. But you turn it over and it makes a perfectly good hammer and saves me going out in the cold to the shed. But you've got to decide now, where do you want it? Now we could go there, or I was thinking over here.
Actually, that would look good, yeah.
There?
Yeah.
Okay, so pass me the hookage.
Hookage.
See, this is what happens when you've got a handy girlfriend. Handy wife even.
It's been almost 8 years, Jen. Come on.
Oh, I'm still in the honeymoon period. Remember, check twice, measure once, and...
Doesn't the wall look great? When you look at the wall coming down the stairs, I love it.
Yeah.
You weren't happy about the idea of this when we first did it.
No, that's unfair. You're reading into that. I didn't want to have it looking a bit twee. Where do we say? Up there. So
We could just put a screw in, and then hitch it onto a screw.
oh, little miss, I've never done DIY properly in my life, but suddenly I'm the boss of this project. I can see faults developing here. Just go in the bloody wall.
It really doesn't want it, does it?
I think sometimes the nails that when you've had a picture in the wall and then you've pulled it out and then you put it back in the wall a second time, there's something about it having been in the plaster and that seems to weaken the metal, makes it more malleable. Ow!
Did you just smack yourself with an axe?
Not entirely. What actually happened was... Shut up. That's what happened.
Is it on there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that looks great. There we are, and there's another addition to the cool wall, and it is a cool wall.
And you in no way used to watch Top Gear religiously.
I didn't. You did. I happened to be there with you. That looks fantastic.
Yes, alright.
I love this style of doing photographs. It's higgledy-piggledy, things are different sizes, different shapes, different orientations, and all over the place. So it looks pretty good when you put them all together. It's one of those higgledy-piggledy things that just makes it look fantastic, in my opinion.
Can I just say, higgledy-piggledy works quite well as well from the point of view of it means I don't have to measure anything to get things pristine perfect. You don't need to. Higgledy-piggledy is another word for, oops, I've cocked that up, but we'll just call it rustic, and that's all right.
I like it.